Hey, it's Miss Lady T. What's up? Back in the room. Had to fix it up a little bit today. The downloads I get sometimes. Do you remember back in the day when you was hooked up on shit and taking things that wasn't prescribed to you? Do you remember that time? Do you remember that time that they wanted you to try this? Here, try this. Make you high. You remember that time back then? Did you know the person that they was getting that from, you would run into many years later and is now in your energy now? But you don't know it was this person. And I'm being very, very vague here. Crow. Hypnosis commercial on the radio. But there's a person in your energy. Your ex wants to get back with you and hang out. Well, your ex has a friend, a very old friend, that you didn't know about. No. No, they did. I need my cards. Hold on. I just got another download. Oh, I've never wanted to ask that question, but oh no. Did they? I got a maybe on my cards. They may have been more than friends. And I hate to say that about people. And I'm being vague. It could be anybody in my past. This could be anybody that I've met since my past. And I know I'm very speaking in kind of riddles. I used to be called the Riddler. I didn't know I was dating the Joker at the time. He should have got my riddles, but he didn't. I certainly got his. But fast forward into right now. I was coming back here, and I got my incense going over there. And Bobo, he's standing there, and you see it incensing. And I stuck it in a candle. Mind you, I have 2 incense holders. I did have 3. I threw one out because I got a bad vibe about it. Because the person that I had been with, he's been all over all my stuff. And I threw out all the gifts he's ever given me. I threw out wall hangings, lights. Even though I love lights, I threw these things out. Lamps, coffee makers, food. I mean, it's been a year since I've seen this person, so that's been a while ago. But he's had his hand on a lot of stuff. And I have just been gradually, and you gotta get rid of the old to make room for the new. And I've gotten new stuff since then, new clothes and new things, and I'm gradually throwing away stuff that I feel, has bad energy. But I wondered, I cleanse my energy daily, because I have to. Burning incense and saying protection, return to senders, protect my home when I'm here, protect my home when I'm not, protect my animals, protect me, protect my belongings, protect the car. I say this every day. Coming home, thank you for a good day. Thank you for protecting my house. Thank you for protecting my cats. Thank you for protecting me every day. Every day. And 99.9% of the time, but there's cracks that I could be, gluing shut a little bit closer. There was a comment made on my post about the stalker post that I put on there and that happens weekly, nightly. Confirmation. I don't know if you heard that or not. And the person's like, "How much do you smoke? Do you smoke at night?" And I'm like, "No, I don't, because I go to work. I don't smoke before I go to work. Sorry. It's after work, when I'm chilling out, getting ready to lay down." No, I'm not paranoid. No, this has been happening probably 3 years, 4 years now that I've noticed. Really noticed since I've been, not with a significant other. But I noticed this morning, the incense holder I use out front was a gift from my past. And for the most part, I think I'm like, what if I got rid of that incense holder? And there was one in here, and it fell behind the desk. something else that was probably hexed a little bit. Not that stuff won't work when you burn an incense into it, but it's not going to work as good if it's been had a spell laid on it or anything. And I never thought to pray over it or whatever. And I am going to throw these items away because the one is in the in the back on the floor. I got knocked over, and I'm like, where's my incense holder? Because I had one back here and one in the front. Birds. And they're talking about you. They hear you talking. But I'm going to throw the way out the front. And I've been noticing one of my tarot card readers that I do watch daily when they're on, and sometimes I watch their past stuff. Her burning incense in a candle, not an incense holder. And I kept wondering, like, I wonder why she doesn't use incense holders, because they make really cool ones. Never questioned it really. I just thought, oh, that's cool. Never thought of doing it that way, but that's cool. Use your old candles and stick your incense in it. That way the ashes fall in the candle, and then when you're done using it, and it sticks down in the wax real nice and holds it steady, so it's not, your ashes aren't getting everywhere. Pretty good idea. And when I seen the incense holder behind my desk today, or this morning, and I'm like, oh no. And the incense holder I burn every day, every night, it's out in the living room, was a gift from, and I'm sure that's not good. I mean, it's nothing special. It's just a plastic tray. But one of the reasons, that's a crack. It's a crack and a way to get in. And God knows I've went through a lot of stuff this last year with my animals and, me and finding work and income and stuff. And everybody can try to live right. Maybe you're not perfect. I'm not perfect. Yes, I smoke cigarettes. Yes, I do partake, not, before I drive, not when I'm going to work, even though back in the day that used to be my thing. It's going to work. No, it's not safe, and that just lets the evil energy in. At least it leads to accidents and stuff happening, and you falling asleep. Oh, I never even thought of that back in the day. I used to get so tired driving. I couldn't drive more than 10 or 15 minutes, and I start getting tired. No matter if the ACs was on or the heat was on or the music was blaring, it didn't matter. I just want to fall out, and I'd have to get me something to snack on while I go home, or come, not go to work. So more so when I came off of work, when I was tired and stuff. And mind you, I'd only lived maybe 20 miles, not 20 miles, 20 minutes away at my furthest job. I had a job that was a little bit further. No, I didn't. I always stayed close to home when I worked. Return to energy. Return all bad energy, spell work, and witchcraft, please. Return to center tenfold, love and light. In Jesus' name. They're sending some more shit. They don't like me talking. I get it. I get it. It's just one more thing that I know. And I'm not saying names, but just know I'm aware. And it's sad. And I don't hate you. I don't hate either one of you. I don't hate anybody in my past. I forgive everybody in my past. Even though some of these things that I know, the normal human being with a normal, not so much an elevated mindset, but operating on a higher level, a higher vibration, which I know because now I'm attracting things. I'm attracting opportunities. I'm attracting money. I'm attracting my soulmate. And I've been shown by Spirit that the people that I've engaged in contact with, not engaged, but have been in contact with, or friends, acquaintances, I've been shown that, be civil, be nice, smile. Don't take it any further. Don't take it any further. If Spirit's shown you, if you've had accidents, like I've banged into corners and scratched my arm and dropped totes before, when I'm in these people's energy, and I'm just like, it's bad energy. And it's like an energy adjustment. I changed departments, and now I'm on a different department with different people. And the first 3 nights, dude, I just banged all the crap, just scabs and hitting corners and cutting myself with boxes and, get tired and just... It's getting used to the energy. I went through the same thing when I first started the job that I'm in now. That was about 4 or 5 months now. It was a process. It was getting my energy acclimated to Crow, getting my energy acclimated to the surrounding energies. And I had been around nobody's energy except mine for a long time. You know, my mom's energy and occasionally my sister or brothers, but nobody on a prolonged basis, like an everyday thing. It was like once a month. Or my mom was every other day or so. It was pretty frequent. But I never realized this energy. It's an energy adjustment. You get acclimated to the energy. Crow's going on. But yeah. Sorry if you don't understand this. I had to get this out. But just notice, like, if you change jobs, change people that you work with, be aware. Notice. You think that, okay, this is different, until you start watching. And you start noticing different things they you know, want you to do or not want you to do. And not saying anything bad. I'm totally a lot happier where I'm at now. It's an adjustment, like everything any new job is, or any being around new people is. And everybody's been cool. Everybody's been cool, and everybody was cool in my last job. I'm not saying they wasn't. You know, nothing weird. But just read the energy. On the 5D, it's much, much different than the 3D. And last night I had a dream that I ran out, I lost my lighter. And somebody in my dream went to give me a lighter, and it was like a torch. So watch stepping into the flame. And then, I don't know if you've ever seen those flashlights or something that shines different, like, things on the wall. In my dream, it was shining a pumpkin. It was like a light thing, but it was showing a pumpkin face. So something happened around Halloween. I don't know if this resonates with anybody, but just, if you can think back that far and remember what you did for Halloween, just think, you know? Because I think they was doing some hoogity, whatever, around that time to mess with you and your finances and your personal life. Routine. They know your routine. That's why they want to try to stay one step ahead of you. But you may encounter something, but you know where it's coming from. Maybe not a specific person. It could be coming from several people. Could be coming from a main person, you know. Just know. You're causing conflict because you're talking about this shit. And you're not going to let it go unchecked. So leave it. Yes, came on. It says leave it. Yeah, they want you to leave it. They want you to leave it on the floor and walk away and never talk about it again. And let them continue doing whatever they continue doing to you and targeting you and doing shit. And, you know, trying to get you to react to weird shit. Just the most. It's really sad. And I have posted, I think, 360 some videos, 350 some videos. And I can probably count on one hand, maybe half a hand, 3 maybe, how many comments I've ever gotten on any post. And I know it's to make you react because you're not getting any comments or views. It don't matter. I'm going to still put it out there because I know I'm being watched. I mean, watched for real. And I don't mean to be funny, but I know. I see. But it's to get you to react. But now they know that didn't bother you, and you're still making videos. You're still talking about what's going on around your house and different energies you encounter and different things that happen. So now they're going to leave shitty comments. And that started yesterday. And you know what I did yesterday? It's like, oh, you're paranoid. You're smoking too much. No. I don't even think I'd smoked at that point. Because I had that night off, so I wasn't going to work. What do you do on your time off? You putting that on video? Probably not. Probably not, some of you. Yeah, you. If you're doing foul shit, just stop. And yes, I can become better. And you know, after I read that post, and you know, I'm like, I'm not going to smoke. And I didn't smoke. And I went to take a nap, and I had a crazy-ass dream. And I was just like, I had a vision. And it was just like, and that's probably what brought on my download this morning. And it's just, now I don't have to stay, me all the time. And I'm not trying to, I don't have that much pain to kill off. And I know that's why people use it to an escape. A lot of the stuff that occurs to me is heavy. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. It will mess with your, with your like, damn. And it's not messing with my head as far as confusion or worry or I doubt or having, confidence. None of that shit. It used to. The littlest thing would just be like, I'm not worth it. I better not make any videos. I better not talk no more. And then the heat kind of backs off of you and they quit screwing with you. But the more times you're on here, there's one time I simply took a selfie before I left. And that day was the worst. Oh, it was the worst. It sucked. I mean, it was like I pissed them off. And I'm not being paranoid because it's standard at this point. And I pray every day that it won't be standard for much longer because the shit I'm showing, it can't be justice unserved. Justice has to be served in this. And I know there will be. And as I always say, all I'm going to do is pray. I'm going to pray for you to get right. I'm going to pray for protection, that God keeps his hand on me and my family and my cats and my house and the things, I do. Protect me at work. Protect my food before I eat it. Protect my drinks before I drink them. I'm not paranoid. I'm just very hyper aware of my surroundings. And I think a lot of us, if we start looking around us and start realizing stuff, not to scare you, not to make you all like, oh, what we're going to do. You can't live like that. You can't live in fear. That's what they want you to do. They want you to be scared out of your mind about this person, about this job, about this transportation, about this location. They want you to be scared about this, everything. Everything. Don't. If you have a funny feeling about it, pray about it. Pray about it and be like, see what Spirit says. See what kind of things happen. Watch cars drive by that has words on the side, different companies. Restoration comes by my house a lot. And I'm like, thank you, Restoration. Just ladders. The trucks that have ladders on the top of them, that means you're leveling up. That means you're climbing higher. Keep going. Don't stop. If you fall down, get up. That's all I got to say. But anyway, I ran one long enough. It's Lady T. Like, share, subscribe. Talk to you later. Have a great day. Happy Sunday. Bye.